We last left off in our saga where Dr. Dre finally left N.W.A. for good, and now with Ice Cube and Dr. Dre gone, Eazy-E is looking for new talent. Meanwhile, Dre is at his new studio with his new label, Death Row Records. From Express Yourself to Let Me Ride, you are now witnessing the power of street knowledge. This your host from the West Coast, Nate Kusher. Let's get into today's video. Dr. Dre brought the talent. Snoop Dogg, Daz Dillinger, Corrupt, Danny Boy, Nate Dogg, Lady of Rage. Suge brought the protection. Hundreds of gang members posted up at the studio, turning it into a fortress, a pressure cooker at the same time. Inside those walls, chaos and creativity collided. DJ Quick was laying down funk, the Dove Shack was vibing, Sam Snead was cutting classics. It was a hit factory, no doubt. But it was also a battlefield. While Dre was building the future, Eazy-E and Jerry Heller were fighting to keep the past alive. The feud between Ruthless and Death Row spilled into the streets, from diss tracks like Compton City G's and Dre Day to real life confrontations like what happened with Nate Dogg on the golf course. Ruthless affiliates versus Death Row entourage. That wasn't just rap beef, that was gang politics in motion. The studio became neutral ground for no one. Compton Bloods and Long Beach Crips crossed paths daily, sometimes to record, sometimes to fight, sometimes just to shoot some dice. Daz Dillinger even squared up with Suge Knight one time himself. It was all about loyalty at Death Row. It was all about ego at Death Row. And it was all about survival at Death Row. Success came fast, from the Chronic to Doggy Style. Platinum plaques was everywhere, but the environment, it was toxic. Dre was tired of the fights, tired of the politics, tired of the fear. And then Snoop Dogg got put on trial for murder. His bodyguard shot a man who confronted them in Long Beach, but Suge stood by him. The label fought hard, and eventually Snoop walked out of them courtrooms not guilty. And Dr. Dre, he wasn't even there. He distanced himself. You would have thought Dre would be right there, but when Snoop looked up, Dre wasn't around. Snoop took that to the chin while Dre quietly stepped away. He saw that the empire was finally cracking. Then enters Tupac, fresh out of prison, and Snoop Dogg fresh out of a court case. He tells Suge, man, you gotta go get Tupac. So Suge put up the money, gets Tupac out of jail, flies him out to Cali, and just like that, he joins Death Row like a storm. One legendary session. He and Dre recorded California Love and Can't See Me, all in one sesh. Then, just like a ghost, Dre was gone in the night. The tension, the violence, the politics had finally pushed the boy to the brink. He was done. He was over it. He couldn't do it no more. Every night showing up to the studio, you trying to record, get your music done, and people is around you drinking, smoking, gambling, yelling. I mean, it's a rap studio, so you would think with microphones and all this fancy equipment around, you would think the main thing in the studio is to be quiet. So Dr. Dre quietly packed up and left. He didn't want no money. He didn't want to deal with the contracts. He said, Suge, you can have it all. I don't need it. I don't want it. I'm going to go my own way and you can have it all. I'm going to start my own company, brand new. You know, Suge looked at him. You really think you're going to recreate something like Death Row again? Dr. Dre said, I don't know, but I did it once before, so why not try again? It's better than being in this hellhole. And he got up and he left. Death Row became a symbol of power, danger, but pure genius. It changed music forever, and it also showed how success built on chaos would never last. When Dre left, the question became, what's next for Dr. Dre? Is he washed or nah? This is the period where Snoop and Tupac continued to hold death row down while Dr. Dre makes his next move. If you like this story and you want to keep following along, hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when I drop my videos. It's Nate Kusher, Gang Gang Radio.